Hello everybody, this is kkaylium and welcome to episode 3 of my Let's Play series. I've done a lot of work since last episode, mostly just on the house. I finished the porch. I decided that I kind of wanted the side of the house to be the darker wood, just to give a bit more design feeling. So I did have to go to a winter biome and get some saplings. I surrounded some of the windows on the outside as well with those little strips. And pretty much finished surrounding all the windows inside. And I did add these walls here so that we could have kind of some separate rooms for different machines and such. And I moved I turned it into just an iron furnace and put it into this room. And I did actually dig quite a bit of a basement out. This is actually the size of the house. I'm just trying to decide if I want to dig down one more or not. And then I just made the 2 entrances to make it even on the sides of the stairs. If you come up here, there's some little like benches or whatever in front of the windows. And I did finish the roof and made the whole loft area. I'm thinking I'll probably use this room for things that don't require power. Just because I don't really want to try running power all the way up here and making it look hidden. And so I'm pretty much going to have like Mishcraft and Thaumcraft and just different things up here that don't require like electricity of any kind to run. The basement will be mostly for generators, furnaces, etc. This isn't the finished design for around the door. I am going to have like a solid 3x3 door eventually, but that's just kind of for now, as I was kind of playing around with what looked good. I got a fence most of the way around, but like along the back there isn't a fence. I do want to plant like garden or maybe do some automated farming back here. I don't have any glass that I want to use yet. Ouch. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done in between episodes. I didn't really get to do any mining because I was just trying to finish off the house. But I did get some copper when I was digging out the basement. And some coal as well. And obviously a lot of dirt and such. This episode, I do want to get started on Tinker's Construct. I've decided that I can either put the smeltery from Tinker's Construct either down in the basement or make a area for it outside. I've decided that I'm probably going to put it in the backyard. So in between these episodes, I did make some seared bricks, which are like this grout that you just cook in a furnace. And it's a sand, clay, and gravel. I didn't make very much because I couldn't find any more gravel yet. I am completely out. Even though I do have more sand and more clay, I don't have any more gravel, so kind of gonna have to wait and find more of that before we can do a ton of stuff. We also want to make sure we have enough to make the basic blocks for the smeltery. Some of the blocks that are required is one of them is going to be the tank, and the other one I don't know if I can make. Yeah, drain, and then we're going to need some more bricks for the controller. So I'm going to leave these in here. I was hoping I'd have enough to kind of at least get the basics going, but I don't. So I'm going to go and get some more gravel, and I'll be back when we're ready to continue. Alright, I'm back. I just got home before monsters started spawning, so that was pretty lucky. And I did find some gravel and also some gravel ores. I don't really know if they have anything special about them or anything, but I did find about a half stack more gravel, which is plenty because that's exactly how much sand I have. I did also find a little bit of clay as well. I didn't dig it all up, but I did find some. And let's see, oh good, we have like over a stack. That should be enough. So while we're waiting for some of that to smelt up, this is the book that you get when you make your first smeltery bricks, and it has like the table of contents. This book like automatically just shows up in your inventory. So it tells you things like the ores will naturally have more material than the processed version, so you can get twice as much as a regular furnace. If you mix two metals in the smeltery, it may result in an alloy. It happens automatically. If you need more space, add more layers to your smeltery. Casts are made from different patterns. Details are found later. It tells you that it's a multi-block structure, and these are the things you're going to need to get started. We already have a seared tank, and we have a drain, but we're going to need some seared bricks, and our controller, and then we're probably going to want a casting table or a casting basin. I prefer to use casting basins when I'm just using it to double my ore. But we'll probably want to make one of both if we can. Then it kind of shows you the basics. You can pretty much make it out of any type of brick. It doesn't have to be just normal bricks. Like you can see like there's a chiseled one and like different bricks as well, but you do need to have your controller and your tank on the same level, the same layer of the smeltery as each other, and I'm pretty sure that it needs to be on the bottom level. The controller can be on, okay, so you can put it on any level. The drains can go pretty much wherever. You add a little faucet to it and then you pour them into the basins or to the casting tables. Then it tells you kind of some basic alloys that you're going to want to do later, because these make better tools and stuff. And then like it tells you how to make the bricks, which I think is a little funny because you have to make the bricks to get the book, but it does tell you how to make this in some of the other books as well. So it goes through the whole process. So we're going to need to make a controller. You don't have to make any glass. That's just for if you want to be able to see into the tank, into the smeltery once it gets taller. We're going to need a couple faucets, a casting table, a casting basin, and then some other things. This is actually really cool stuff, but I will get into that later, especially because I'm out of gravel anyways. This is the glass that we're going to be using for the house, except for we're going to dye it pink. And then we're going to be using these for the door. They're pretty much exactly what it says, but like I said, we'll get to most of these things later when I actually get to where I have enough stuff to do that. Alright, we're going to let this finish cooking. Let's make our controller, make our table, and our basin, and we're going to need some more. So let's go out and kind of set up the basic shape. It does have to be the same size. It can go pretty much forever tall, I think, but you do need to keep it in the size that it says. And we're going to want a little bit of room around it, so something like this for the inner 3x3. Then the edges have to be here. Maybe I'll push it out one more, not the flower. Yeah, like this. So the bottom, I mean, I guess you could put your controller or something on the bottom, I don't know, but I don't see why you would, because you couldn't access it. Let's put the controller here, and the tank here. We'll put the basin and the casting table here. And you can have as many of these as you want, as long as you have a drain to match up with them. Oh, we moved them one in too close. They are like a strong material, they do take a while to break. You don't have to fill in the corners, so we don't have to put bricks here or under here. Which means we're going to need another drain as well. But that's how we want to set it up. Let's see. Let's get a few more bricks to finish down at the bottom. We'll just jump out the window. And okay, so there's the bottom. So we're going to need another drain, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more blocks, and 2 faucets to finish up the smeltery. We're also probably going to want to make a back door of some sort, so I don't have to go around every time. There's our first faucet. I think we should have enough. Hopefully we will. So that's pretty much how you set it up. The molten liquids will be inside. You right-click on the faucet and it will pour them out into the basins. So now that you've kind of seen what I'm going to do, I'm probably just going to make the first layer for now because I don't have enough to make a second layer. And I'll be back when it's all done. Alright, I'm back, and I ended up not having enough, so I had to go search for some more gravel and some more sand so that we could finish this up. And since we're waiting for this to finish, I did realize that I don't it's kind of a tedious process and to use a smeltery to double your ores, as you'll see once we start using it. So one of the cheapest and easiest things that I can do right now to automate it would be to make some hoppers. So I'm going to be making some chests so we can make some hoppers. We're going to need about 2 of them, maybe 1 more. Let's see. 1, 2, yeah, that should be all we need. And then, well, for the hoppers anyway, then we'll probably want a couple more chests to put things from the hoppers in. Trying to kind of use up my random pieces of wood here. Okay. And I did kind of make myself a temporary stair right there. I'm probably going to make a little bit of a back porch, just for convenience. Gonna want to clear out this area. So you can put some hoppers down here, because hoppers without any risk of signal or anything will directly pull out of these as soon as the metal hardens, and then we'll direct them to a chest that we can get the things out of, so then we don't have to pour it in and pull it out. We just have to be there to pour it in. And hopefully soon we won't have to do that either. Alright, that's all we're going to need for now. We need this to cook up some of our iron for us. We're going to need a couple more pieces. That should be all we'll need. And then, let's see. Their chests. Oh, and I did grab a bucket of lava and found a couple other places that I can get lava from that are above ground, so I don't have to go into the mine every time I need some more lava. It's just over that way, a little ways over there. And let's see, let's finish up the smeltery, and so we can get some of our stuff going. Since I have an extra one, we'll just keep it in here until we're ready. We really need to get going on some faster machines though, because it's going to drive me crazy to wait on this iron furnace all the time. Let's see, for a couple more pieces and we can make 2 of them at once. Now we'll just make 1. Let's make our first one, and our second one. Now the only thing is I don't know how to get, like there's really no way to make the hoppers go upwards. So I'm just going to have kind of a chest kind of in the ground that you'll have to look down into to get your stuff, but that's okay. Then we'll connect the items like that, so then you can see like it'll be down here and you'll have to get it out. We might want to point it over. That's not what I want to do. We might want to put the chest over here and point them over here instead, but I think we should be okay. We're going to need another chest too. I mean, we won't need it yet, but we're going to need one soon. If I want to make this a long, like, so it'll just continue melting things as long as it can, but we don't really need it now because it's so small. Because the last hopper will just be to feed things into the smeltery controller. It can only melt 9 blocks of things right now, but the more layers you add, that's 9 more, and then 9 more as it goes up. Let's put our lava into the lava tank. And it might not show up until you actually start using it. I'm going to start with some, we need to get our sand so that we can start filling in at least the bottom layers of these windows so we can stop getting, so, well, they can't really get in because it's too low, but if they come up here they can hop in the window even if I made a door, and if I make a back porch they can hop in the windows here too. So we'll start by melting some of this glass. The way it works is you make molten glass out of melting either sand or glass, just normal glass. Either way will turn into molten glass. And then you pour that into your basin, because it won't really go into the casting table. You pour it into the basin, and it will turn into a block of clear glass. And where's our hopper? Right there. So we can just put whatever we want inside the item hopper for now. We could even throw it in, which is kind of fun. But after we get a little bit of this glass, we're going to want to do ores, because they're debatably more important at this stage. Probably melt down some of this gravel ore. So we'll put this stuff in the hopper. I love how it disappears when you throw it in there. I just find it immensely fun for some reason. So we'll let it do that, and see now as soon as it ran out it's like, okay, we're gonna fill up and start melting this stuff. Ugh. Ouch, ouch. I forget that they're not really blocks. If we don't want it to do the iron ore yet, we're gonna have to take it out of here. I don't want it to accidentally try to turn into an alloy of any sort. So see, as soon as the clear glass hardens, because it'll pour up, and we should be able to get about 9 blocks of clear glass, and I really don't know what the substance is. Oh, it's tin on top of glass. Okay. It will harden, but you won't see it harden because it comes out, but then it pulls it out, and you get, like I said, we should get 9 pieces, 1 for each of the pieces of sand. So it's just a different way of making glass, and it looks different. Except for it can't be used in recipes that require glass, so you will have to make normal glass from time to time if that's part of a recipe that you need. We are going to want to make some aluminum brass soon to make some casts so we can make some better tools, but as of now this is a good way to double our ores because for every ore you melt, you'll get 2 ingots worth for every block of ore that you melt in here. And so we're just going to pour it and make blocks of the metal because it's faster than trying to pour 1 ingot at a time. And so that's just kind of how we're going to go about doing that for now. Like I said, we do need to figure out a way to automate this, at least simply for now, so that I don't have to stand here and click at it every single time. And there's a couple ways we can do this. I don't know how many of them are on here. One of them is using the Mine Factory loaded rednet cables, and I've done this before and it works pretty well, but it works even better for like a larger system once we can melt more items. I mean, it would work just fine for a small system, but I don't really have the resources to do that yet. I don't know if we have redstone clocks on here. I don't think so. Oh, we do right there. So this is one way. It will just continue to keep pulsing every time it senses something can receive a pulse. I don't know if we got any redstone. Let's pour out this last piece of glass, and let's go see if we can make that so that it will just continue running and making blocks of items without me having to stand there. No, we didn't get any redstone? Seriously? Oh dear, it means I'll have to go find some. Alright. I'm going to go look for some redstone. But before I do that, I do want to show you how we're going to be doing the windows. I did make myself some pink dye, which is just red dye and white dye in the crafting table together. You simply surround it and you'll get all those stained pink. I don't know, I just think it matches better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, fill in the windows with that. It does have connected textures, which looks really nice, so there's no lines in between. So it'll just be a nice, clear, slightly tinted windows that we're going to be using. And there are some windows upstairs as well, if you didn't notice. I debated about doing like a brown window, and then I decided that that would look awful. Like, so gross. So, we are going to be doing pink instead. I'm going to leave some of this other stuff in here. Might want to cook some more food, and I'll be back when I find some redstone and have come back up to the surface. Alright, I'm back at the surface, and I did run into a vein of redstone pretty quickly. I really wasn't mining for too long, and so I did cook up some of the stone we're going to need. And let's see, the recipe was a redstone torch, and put that in the middle with some redstone around it. There we go, a redstone clock. And let's get that extra smeltery brick that we had. And we'll put it right above here just so we have something to put the clock on. And see, automatic. And it will like pulse it on and off, but it'll be okay. It's still better than me having to like stand here. So we do have our first block of tin, and we still have some extra clear glass. Since it's all gone, we can go get some of our other ores, and we can melt those up. I think I want to do some copper first. So, even though I do have an industrial craft iron furnace, I'm thinking that I might want to start with thermal expansion first, because I don't have any, well, actually, maybe I do have a rubber sapling. Let me see. Haha, we do have one. Okay. I like thermal expansion. I like it a lot, but I don't really have enough to make, like, I don't know. I'm just not very good when it comes to regulating engines and everything like that. And I still am probably going to do some thermal expansion because there's some things in that mod that I really, really enjoy and would be sad if I didn't get to play with. So we're going to wait for this to grow. Maybe we'll get some bone meal soon so we don't have to wait forever. And while we're waiting on that, let's see what else we can do. We might just want to start with thermal expansion. Maybe just a basic engine. I'm not sure if thermal expansion can run with just basic Buildcraft engines. It can run on, no, because it runs on Minecraft Joules. So it should be able to run on Buildcraft power. So let's see. The first thing we're probably going to want will probably be a furnace. because we could just go for the electric furnace, but like I said, we don't have near enough copper. Or rubber, I meant rubber. Yeah, we don't have near enough rubber to make this. So we're probably going to start with some other machines. We're going to need a bit of gold as well. And what else was it? Just need some bricks and another piece of gold and 4 iron. And some bricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. No, that's 9. Okay. So let's cook these in here, because I don't even know if they'll go in the smeltery. This is still going? Oh no, there wasn't quite a whole ingot left. Dang it, I didn't want to waste it. There's really no way I know of getting it out of here besides like piping it out or destroying it and losing it all, which sucks. And that went into the hopper, didn't it? Okay. So yeah, that's the only problem really with the basins, is if you don't have exactly 9 ingots, like remember that was only 8, there was 1 missing, and I didn't remember, it didn't register with me that, yeah, that would be a problem. Because a block is 9 ingots, so it will be like, you know, not quite full, missing 1 ingot, and then it will just stay there and nothing else will be able to get emptied out. So we'll put our iron here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It needs 9 ingots. We're probably just want to do a whole 9 then. Just so we don't end up with wasting anything, because that would be annoying. So we'll let all those melt. Seriously? Did we get like more then? That's weird. I guess it did say roughly, so I guess we got an extra ingot that time. So it looks like we're going to have to figure out how to automate both of them so that if it doesn't all go in the casting basin. It works great for like clear glass because you don't ever get any extras with clear glass, but I don't really want to make aluminum brass yet and try making this, so we'll just have to waste a little bit, which is annoying. I really don't want to, but I really don't want to sit around trying to make aluminum brass either. Alright, so we got that. Cook up some gold. We're going to need some glass too. Good thing we didn't cook it all. Well, that turned out exactly. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't. It's just how it works, I guess. Alright, we're going to take these out. We'll just leave those in there for now. And even though we're wasting a couple ingots, it's still better than, you know, making 1 ingot per. So, not an entirely humongous waste. Still a waste, but not humongously so. Alright, we need to make our reception coil and our machine frame. And what else do we need? Oh, a piece of redstone. Well, we got that, luckily. Alright, machine frame. Bricks. And a piece of redstone, and there's our powered furnace now. I'm going to put thermal expansion machines probably right here, but in order to do that we're going to have to get rid of this little thing. Because it does take up the block space, so anything that's a whole block can't go in these spots. Alright, and then of course it won't run yet because there's no power. And we don't have any batteries or anything to try charging it. So we're going to need to make... I'm probably just going to make a basic combustion engine because I don't have any way to pump lava in or anything. Not a combustion engine, a Stirling engine. Combustion engines are the ones that you have to put the lava in. Let's just see what options we've got. We've got the steam engine, there's that clockwork engine, but I don't know. I mean, it's kind of one of those that you click and then it will run for a little while, then you have to go and click it some more, which isn't horrible, but just not exactly what I'm looking to make. We have their steam engine and we have the Stirling engine. Both of these run off of things you burn, and this one you have to supply with water, so we'll just do this one. Another piece of glass, another piece of iron. Oh, we got some iron. Okay, we're good. So just some glass. And we'll need some wood. And let's see, here. Need a piston, we need some gears. Sadly, I think these have to be made with normal sticks, which is a bit of a pain because I don't have a lot of normal wood to make into normal sticks. Alright, then we just need our piece of glass. And then we're gonna need, actually we're gonna need another piece of glass so we can make some cables. Need 2 more pieces of glass. Alright, let's make our first engine. Eventually I'm going to get into some combustion engines and hopefully get all the way to either biofuel or just fuel and use those. But for now, we're going to have to use just some wood or coal or whatever. Let's see, we're going to need a bit more of normal vanilla wood. And normally I don't leave trees here like I did there and stuff, but those trees are really annoying to cut down. And I'll get around to it and cut all the rest of the pieces of wood down, but they're really annoying to try to cut down, so. Need some wooden pipes, and we're gonna need a couple pieces of gold. And yeah, I'm going for gold instead of stone or whatever, but I'd rather go for the gold pipes because they're, I mean, arguably, but they are, they do, what am I trying to say? They lose less energy over distance, so right now it doesn't really matter. Eventually it will. You're going to want to make them into conductive pipes, make one of these into conductives. Alright, so for now I'm probably just going to set this up above ground, even though it'll be ugly, because there's really no reason to put it anywhere else. And we'll just put some of this in here, and we're going to need a lever or a redstone torch. There we go. Alright, so now this is running. Don't know what I want to run in it. Alright, let's just put some of this gravel ore in there. And the way the thermal expansion, most of the thermal expansion machines work is just the more power it has, the faster it does things. So once this builds up, it will be running really fast. So I'll let this run even once this is done, just to build some of that internal energy in. I wonder if there's a way to turn the redstone clock off. I bet there is, and I just don't know it. Alright, so we finished our basic smeltery. We got a bit of machinery going. I'm going to lay down, let's see, for our back porch, I decided the way we're going to get into it, we're going to need to pick this up. Alright, the way we're going to get in and out of kind of the back entrance is going to be through under this stairway here. So then it will connect to either room. You can choose which room you're going to go to. We can't put like doors and doors in a tiny area, which would actually be pretty fun, even though it would be annoying to get in and out of. But it's going to go out here. This will be the back porch. The back porch won't be a full porch like the front one, just kind of a basic little porch. Probably go out to about here. Just something like that. You come in. I might want to get rid of this block too because it's annoying. Alright, so you'll come in here. Then you can choose which way you want to go. Maybe I want to add some doors. I mean, obviously a back door, but maybe some doors to the other rooms as well. What other wood do we have? None. We're gonna have to get some of the trees that are all the wood is all up in the air because I didn't cut them down properly. Alright, so I'm gonna get some of those doors done and finish the porch, and then maybe we'll start with some things up in the loft. Alright, so I finished this little setup here. You'll come in, and then you can choose to whichever room. I'll just leave these, at least one of these open most of the time to get through, but then, you know, if you want it to be a solid room, you can pretty much seal it off. I would put these both in the inside, except for then they wouldn't be able to open, because you can only put one in the inside, so. No, it's not really a wall because it sticks out, but, I mean, from the first glance it looks like a wall, so it's good enough. Alright, so up here, we're going to probably want to put a crafting table so I don't have to run up and down all the time. I'm going to go with one that will match the floor. There's really nowhere we can put it because the floor is or the ceiling is one thick. I mean, we can put it wherever. I meant like we can't really put it in the floor. We'll just put it, I'll put it in this corner. Alright, so let's look up. For Mistcraft, there's a couple different things. We can't really get into a lot of Mistcraft right now because, I mean, we don't have any reason to, for one, and two, the way it works now is you don't make Mistcraft pages, you find them, and so in order to find them I have to find a village and stuff to find some basic pages, or maybe find some in a couple other Mistcraft spawns. So there's really nothing I can do in that area yet. And in Thaumcraft, I don't know. Maybe we'll just kind of leave this top room for now. Alright, so in here, stopped, the buffer's full. Just turn this off. And it won't lose power, luckily. So we can just leave it like that. I'm still gonna jump out the window anyways, even though I made a back door. Alright. Probably gonna want to process some more of my ores while I'm deciding what I want to do next. There's a couple things we could do, but I really think that I need to do some more mining before we can do a lot of it, but maybe not. I mean, I have a lot of stuff, it's just all in ores, so then it's hard for me to tell how much I actually have. We only want multiples of 9, so I don't want these to automatically get put in here. I'm going to put them in myself so that I know that we'll get, well, at least have a higher chance of getting exactly 2 blocks every time. I really need to add another layer to that. So even though maybe the next thing we want to make is a pulverizer. Piston, some flint. Alright. Yeah, we'll make a pulverizer next. So that we have 2 options of doubling our ore and we can get it done in 2 different ways. We're going to need a couple more pieces of gold, a bit more glass, and making another piston. We're going to need some more wood as well. Let's grab another piece. And so at least this way we'll have two different ways of processing our ores, so we don't have to wait on one or the other to get places. Eventually we'll have a better systems set up with our power generation in the basement, everything looking a lot nicer, but for now we're going to leave it as it is so that I can pay attention to what's going on and stuff before I get a nice system going. Like I was saying, in the basement I want to put combustion engines, but before I can get there I want to be able to make ender tanks and some pumps and things like that that I can't really make yet. Alright, where am I going? Yeah, we want to cook some. Probably want to put our iron furnace back down. I'll just put it right here instead. We'll cook up some of our gold, and we'll cook up the sand in here. Let's see. Grab some flint. Make you. And our machine frame. I'm doing this wrong. Here. We put that there. I think we've got everything. Yeah. I still wish that I had that version, but we don't. There, I don't know what version it is or when it's coming out or whatever, but there's like a version that will let the NEI put, if you have everything in your inventory, it will put the recipe and all the items in there. So like if I had clicked this, it would have put all these items into the crafting table for me. But not, it doesn't work there. So let's see, we're gonna need to put some more wood in here. Turn it on. Okay, it's getting some buildup. I'll let it start processing. And with that, I think we've probably reached the wrapping up point of this episode. Ouch. I'm gonna kill these so I can get some bone meal. Ouch. Ouch. Alright. Bad idea. Especially when you're not completely full. Do we have any more food? Well, it's all raw. We'll have to cook some of it. Alright. I don't know why they're not burning. That tree must be covering them. It's hard to tell when the trees are so tall. What I should make is some armor, probably. It's probably not very wise for me running around with nothing on. No protection. Alright. So, let's see. We can make ourselves a combination of both. No, it's bronze armor, I think. And I don't want to make bronze right now, so we'll just stick with some iron stuff so that we're not completely unprotected. We have some silver. I'm surprised how much gold I found in there, because really, I mean, yeah, it has its uses, but not a ton of uses. Why are you not melted? Oh, it ran out of lava. Dang it. Alright, so with that, I think we're probably at the wrapping up point of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Next, in between this episode and next, I'm probably mostly just going to mine so that we can actually get into some more advanced stuff next time. And next time we'll probably work on some power generation, maybe some IC2 machines. And, yep, so I'll see you next time. Bye.